Loss of control is contagious. One person raises their voice, another reacts, the atmosphere tightens, soon emotion fills the space. Most people think the danger is confrontation. It is not. The real danger is absorption. When others lose control, attention is pulled outward. Their urgency becomes yours. Their emotion becomes relevant. This is how calm erodes, not through choice, but through exposure. Emotional chaos demands participation. Fix this. Respond now. Take a position. That pressure is subtle and effective. The moment you track their emotion, your center begins to drift. You monitor tone. You anticipate escalation. You prepare response. Control weakens quietly. This is why calm appears rare in volatile situations. Not because calm is difficult, but because attention is misdirected. The Stoic response was exact. They did not try to regulate others. They refused to be destabilized by them. They understood a critical point. Presence does not require absorption. Authority does not require intensity. Control does not require reaction. When others lose control, your task is not to manage them. It is to remain positioned. If you are often pulled into chaos, the issue is not sensitivity. It is insufficient internal separation. In the next phase, we will examine how that separation is maintained and how calm remains intact, even as emotion escalates around you. Emotional chaos works by collapsing distance. Someone reacts strongly, their emotion expands, the space tightens, the mind responds automatically. It tracks threat, it scans tone, it prepares defense. Attention leaves center. This is the mechanism. When emotion rises around you, your nervous system looks for alignment. Match tone, match speed, match intensity. This feels like awareness. It is not. It is synchronization. Synchronization transfers control. Once you match their emotional state, you are no longer positioned. You are participating. This is why calm disappears so quickly in heated environments, not because people choose to react, but because they forget separation. The Stoic correction was simple. They restored distance, not physical distance, psychological distance. They observed emotion without entering it. They allowed chaos to exist without hosting it. Emotion was seen as external movement, not internal command. This restored authority. When you do not synchronize, the emotional field weakens. There is no mirror, no reinforcement, no escalation. Others may continue reacting. You do not. Their loss of control does not become yours. This is not detachment. It is self-governance. When separation is maintained, calm remains intact, even in volatile conditions. In the next phase, we will define the internal anchor that makes this separation stable and show how calm holds without effort as others unravel around you. Calm under pressure depends on one capacity: separation, not emotional numbness, not detachment, separation. Most people feel emotion rise and assume it must be answered. The Stoic view was different. Emotion is information, not instruction. It can be registered without being followed. Internal separation creates this gap. You notice emotion without stepping into it. You recognize intensity without mirroring it. You remain present without being absorbed. This is where control returns. Separation is maintained by anchoring attention inward, not to thoughts, to position. Where am I standing internally? What remains unchanged? These references prevent drift. Emotion may surge around you. Voices may rise. Energy may spike. Your internal reference does not move. This is why calm individuals appear unbothered. They are not suppressing reaction. They are not indifferent. They are not relocating attention. They remain positioned. Once separation is stable, emotion loses leverage. There is nothing to synchronize with. Chaos burns itself out when it finds no host. This is not resistance, it is refusal to absorb. In the next phase, we will apply this separation in real interaction and show how calm becomes visible, stable, and unmistakable, even as others lose control. Separation must hold when emotion peaks. This is where calm becomes visible. Someone loses control, their words accelerate, their tone sharpens. This is the moment most people mirror energy. They speak faster, they tense, they escalate. Calm is lost here. Application begins by refusing synchronization. You do not slow the situation, you slow yourself. Breath remains steady, posture remains unchanged, attention remains anchored. You listen without absorbing. You do not interrupt emotion. You do not correct it mid-surge. You let it move past you. This is critical. Emotion burns fuel quickly when it finds resistance. It burns itself out when it finds none. If speech is required, it is minimal, brief, neutral, grounded, no commentary, no emotional framing, no urgency. You state what is relevant, then you stop. This preserves authority. Others may continue reacting. You do not follow. Your calm becomes contrast, not performative, structural. This is how presence stabilizes a room without force or dominance. Calm is not asserted, it is demonstrated. In the final phase, we will integrate this calm into identity and show how composure becomes consistent, automatic, and unmistakable, even in repeated exposure to emotional chaos. At this stage, calm must become identity, not a skill you apply, a state you operate from. You are no longer someone who tries to stay composed. You are someone whose composure is not affected by others. Emotion may rise around you, voices may sharpen, control may be lost externally. None of this relocates you, because your calm is internal. You do not absorb intensity. You do not mirror instability. You do not rush to restore balance. You remain positioned. This is not emotional distance. It is emotional independence. Others may react loudly. You do not react at all. This is why calm begins to look unbothered. Not because nothing is felt, but because nothing is obeyed. When separation is consistent, presence becomes unmistakable. People sense it immediately. There is nothing to provoke, nothing to pull, nothing to destabilize. This completes the lesson. Calm is no longer situational, it is structural. In the next phase, we will refine this even further and examine how composure is maintained so completely that reaction disappears from the surface entirely, even when pressure is deliberate and sustained.